Hello everyone, I'm Ricky.
Kayla. Abby.
And we are going to be watching the mid-season finale of How to Get Away with Murder, Season 4, Episode 5, entitled Live, Live, Live.
Or Live.
I'm gonna edit that out. We want to say our final predictions first before we get into this. So, what I think is going to happen this night, I think that the Laurel incident, whatever happens to her, is going to happen at Annalise's place. Because there's no way that she would show her face at Kaplan and Gold during this office party for her dad. I also think that Annalise was also at her apartment. I mean, it's her apartment, like, why, you know. And I think that the blood that's on Annalise might have come from Laurel. Like, she was drugged by somebody, and maybe that had effects on her baby. She started bleeding. Annalise tried to help her. That's why she seemed so, like, in shock, because she lost her baby, and she was getting, like, probably, like, flashbacks of, like, a miscarriage or something. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the whole Annalise and Laurel thing. And that's why Isaac's, like, calling her, like, where are you? She's awake, because he probably was there, too. I don't know. I think that Simon Drake is the victim of the Kaplan Gold thing, because I have to say one person, so I'm just gonna say him, just because they've been showing more about him, like giving a little more like insight on him, and now they're going to basically use him to try to take down Laurel's father, and the plan could probably go all wrong. Drake's probably gonna find out about it. He's gonna have a fit, because he could get deported if like the company finds out about it. He's either going to kill himself, or there's going to be some scuffle between him and Connor, him and Oliver, him and Michaela, him and Asher, whoever, and someone is going to end up shooting him. Maybe even, what's her name?
Michaela?
Tegan.
Oh.
Maybe even Tegan.
Yeah, maybe even
just
Tegan.
To save Michaela. Maybe he was going after Michaela, and Tegan saved her. That would be cool.
I think at Kaplan and Gold, Simon Drake, first off, Simon Drake was presented. I think Connor's the one that's going to be the person who gets hurt. Simon Drake, this virus thing, I think that something was going down secretly now with him and Antares, because Simon Drake's going to be doing something else. Like, why did he hate Annalise so much? Why something else? There's going to be some other layer of his story that I think is going to come into play. So I think that that's going to be something that happens in the blow up at Kaplan and Gold that causes this. Something's going to happen because Connor just found out, so he's at that location, and Asher, they're all there, something like their plan goes awry, and potentially I'm thinking even it happens before the party, and then everyone shows up at this party and something has happened. So it's still kind of vague, but I think that that's my storyline. And then Laurel has met with her dad before the Antares party, and now he is...
Maybe he slipped something, like, in her drink. He saw how pregnant she was.
Yeah, and he's like something where there's, like, some drama there with her, and then she is going back to go find Annalise for something, and then she's in there. So I do think Laurel is also in Annalise's apartment and something there, and then Annalise. I really agree with you on that one.
So I agree with the Connor thing. I think it's him more so, and I don't know why, I just have this feeling.
Okay.
I also think that possibly Laurel is at the party because, like, she would want to see, like, what goes down.
Try to help it happen.
Yeah.
Like, maybe keep her dad, like, occupied or something while something's
So
going on.
I think she might actually be there. And then I was just thinking, I just thought this while you guys were talking, that, like, what if, like, Bonnie is the perpetrator of something that happened? Because she was, like, they're putting her in place at both places to make it seem like whatever, but she could have been there before she was shown there.
That is true.
So I just thought that. But I'm not really sure about Annalise's place other than that. Like, I kind of think that's a possibility.
When Bonnie was checking the crime scene at Annalise's place, you could tell she was kind of, like, disturbed by how much blood there was. Whereas Kaplan and Gold, she didn't really seem as disturbed.
True.
That would make sense because Laurel's been working for her. And if the blood at Annalise's was hers, she would obviously, have some type of emotion stirring up from that. I do still think that, so we're going to learn something about Laurel's father at the very end of this, or about Wes, or about Laurel something, and it's going to spill over into a whole storyline about, Laurel versus her father, / Laurel versus Dominic.
Yeah.
And I would love for the whole season to end off with, like, this dramatic ending Laurel, if her dad is not already in harm's way or in danger in this episode, like gun pointing to his head, and you know, they just have a very like emotional, like intense conversation about Wes and like why he killed him and like what it did to her, and then she ends up shooting him. And
That'd
then
be crazy.
that's how it ends. Or like after she shoots him, Dominic comes in and attacks her and it ends that way. Because that would be even crazier.
Yeah.
But I feel like that would be a little too far-fetched. That's like movie type stuff.
Yeah.
So we're going to watch now. Hopefully we'll see who of us is right. And maybe none of us are right.
Probably.
Maybe we're just
Probably.
totally fucking wrong.
We're not supposed to be using
Oh my god.
Uh,
My theory debunked.
I'm already like... Oh, he's freaking out about like what's about to go down. Because he's going to be the main guy to do this. Probably. What if they end up pulling it off and then they blame it on Drake? And then that's how it all goes down.
See, she's there.
What's wrong?
Oh.
It's on your face.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Shut up! That must have been Drake.
Please don't blame Laurel. Of course,
That's not true.
It's gotta be Connor.
please. Just
Okay. I don't know if I'm ready for this
I don't
episode.
know. What happened at the party, the thing with Laurel happens after. Because she's all like, she's there.
Oh yeah, she's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To make mommy happy. The only difference now is mommy's Laurel instead of Annalise.
Oh my god!
What are you doing?
Let go! Get off him!
It's making it seem like it's gonna be Connor. I don't think it's gonna be Connor. Too many signs pointing to him.
Yeah.
why don't we try acting like adults? Adults have jobs.
Nice one,
Zingers.
Drake. Yeah. I feel like the second half of the season might be flashbacks to this guy who died and like his story.
Yeah.
That's the outfit she's wearing
Yeah.
with the blood on it.
Oh, okay.
It's just that I'm jealous.
I mean, I called that from the beginning.
Yeah, you did.
I'm a drunk. You're an addict. We've
Oh.
both lost people that we
I thought she said she's a drunk urine addict.
Oh.
like she's like addicted to urine.
Oh my god.
That was it was very confusing.
Laurel's father killed Wes.
That was a
Kaplan & Gold trying to bankrupt his company.
My
No.
God, Connor, if you're the reason for this.
Thank you, Dom.
Taking speeches alone for 5 minutes. Be back before then, or she'll notice our card is missing.
Wow.
Better get in sync then.
Okay, for you guys on what we
Your 418 seconds.
Dude, Simon Drake is gonna catch them.
Oliver, you said this would work.
I think.
First,
I don't know.
Like, wouldn't they have like security cameras in there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that doesn't really make sense. I don't like this.
Oh.
It's making me anxious.
This is my wife, Mariah.
what's wrong?
It has to be
It's on your face.
No way. Oh my God, Asher's holding a gun. Holy
Oh my god!
See, I knew it! Oh my God.
Simon, just hear me out.
Back the hell away.
I knew
Just put it down, okay?
that this is what's gonna happen.
Oh,
What?
That's it.
Oh, okay.
What? A suicide.
Not really. Oh my God.
Why did Asher touch the gun?
Did he touch it? Is that?
He's holding it.
He
in
takes
the-
it away. Why did he do
Leave
that?
Laurel's gun here.
No, it's not registered
It's
to
a
me.
murder
He
weapon.
shot himself.
No one's gonna believe that.
But it's the truth. Put it back. Put it back.
No, he touched it already. Oh my God, Asher, you idiot.
You don't want your name in this. I was trying to protect you.
So you put another pregnant woman in danger? You haven't learned?
I wouldn't do that. What was it all?
It has to be Laurel. Oh no, it is. gonna cry. I don't even remember that happening right now. Oh my god, I hate that. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Help!
It's Laurel. Leave a message, but I'll probably never listen.
Oh, wake up! Oh, wake up!
Oh my god.
Oh, Leah. I got him.
EMTs are less than 5 minutes away.
I got him.
Good. I need you to clamp the umbilical cord. Find something to tie it on. A shoestring, a rubber band.
Oh.
See anything
I
nearby?
have a phone charger.
Ma'am?
Oh my god.
I mean, when are we gonna finally learn our freaking lesson? We can't keep expecting to get away with these
Oh
things.
my god, go away.
Silence.
Go the fuck away.
Dead. She probably drove off a bridge with the drive. Oh, this was for nothing.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
Ma'am, how are you?
Okay.
I'm here to help you.
All right. I got him.
Great. You're doing so well. And I just got word the paramedics are right.
He's probably gonna survive and maybe he's not. It's some fucked up shit.
I think it's the other way around. Oh.
So fucked up.
Shut up.
Oh my god. That was like the most fucked up thing to ever be on television. I think.
Yeah.
This is gonna be so bad for Annalise, I feel like.
I feel like it's gonna be like that was terrible in that experience, but then like the baby living is gonna be like almost like it's like a big like rebirth thing for her too, and like her like being with the baby. It's
That was wicked emotional. We were all crying. Fuck. We need to stop. We need to stop. Carla Souza's performance. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously Viola Davis's too.
Yeah. I was trying so hard not to cry with Laurel. I think I like managed, but
Couldn't help it. I couldn't not do it. Oh my god, I didn't think it was gonna be that fucked. It was fucked up. That was a great episode though.
Yeah.
That episode was amazing.
Yeah.
This season is going spectacularly.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Dominic would hurt or help this situation with Laurel? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
maybe we're gonna see some backstory to Dominic and like why he is like
Well,
he's a family friend.
Yeah, if they
like-
didn't show backstory to him, I would be pissed off.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, what?
So I think he might help Laura. Like maybe they grew up together, right? She said so.
Right.
Maybe even though he feels like indebted to their family, but there might be a thing where
Right.
he feels more protective of Laurel than he actually does.
Right.
That, I agree.
Or like if like maybe he's not just indebted to her father but also her at the same time.
Yeah.
Like he thought he was protecting her by killing Wes. or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. We technically still don't know if that baby is Wes's or Frank's.
I think he looked kind of dark though.
I was
think he might
gonna
be
say it looked
Wes's.
like a mixed baby, but
Yeah.
like then again, if you have, I don't know, if you have like a miscarriage, like the baby could turn purple.
Oh yeah, that's
you know what I
his
mean?
lips were blue.
Right.
How do you feel about like what happened with the Kaplan and Gold thing though? It's like shocking, but I feel like I wanted more of like a murder thing to happen. You know what I mean?
I guess so, but like, it would be too far fetched if these same group of people kept murdering people over and over and over again. Like, I like that they went a bit of a different direction this time. Like, we still have this whole scene at the hospital, right? It was Drake. The line went flat, but we don't know if he actually like died or if they can like get him back to life.
Like he was shot in the head, he bled out,
Yeah.
and like there clearly is like a period of time from getting him there to the hospital and like all set up to do that. Like I just feel like but like also why would they bring him there and start performing surgery on him if there wasn't a chance? You know what I mean? Like he could have been pronounced dead at the scene.
Do you think Connor is in trouble with Dominic being there at all? Or do you think that Dominic's just sleuthing around?
I think it's setting us up to be like, fuck, he's dead. But like, I never even thought that like he could be helping Laurel. So I don't know. I
think he very well could be. But the thing is like, even if he does help, like, cool, congrats, wonderful. I would still want him dead.
Yeah. When he shot himself or whatever, like it's actually pretty good now for, like, I like how they did that because they're showing that other side of, well, just talking about like gun violence in the country, where it's like it's not only people shooting other people, it's people getting guns and having accidental suicides. This is something that happens even though it's all on fiction or whatever, but it makes you think like something as little as tripping over a seat and you could be dead now.
Yeah.
Alright, so Michaela.
The whole time, like, in that scenario where she was, like, cleaning up and stuff, I was just seeing her in the first season when that happened and she couldn't even move.
She couldn't even move, she didn't want any part of it, and now she's, like, she took lessons.
Yeah. And it was, like, nothing. I mean, obviously, she was shocked at first, but it was
She
just,
literally is becoming, like, an Annalise.
Yeah, literally.
You
but
know,
also,
trying
I
to
was
protect
gonna
everybody.
say, like, why do you think they arrested Asher?
That's what I don't know. I was gonna ask that too. I'm not sure. Maybe he
started to like fumble when they were asking him questions.
Maybe somebody else talked about how he and Drake had problems before, like, because, you know, they were kind of arguing at a previous party.
But they can't like just like hold him.
They have to have some type of
something.
something against him, and which Michaela might not have cleaned the gun off all the way.
There's no way. I'm so mad he picked it up.
That was so stupid of him.
It was so dumb. It was a perfect suicide look. And he didn't have to touch it.
Because it literally was.
He didn't have to fucking touch the gun.
Oh,
he just has to know he's really impulsive. And he's like, that was a classic him move. Like, let me do this. Like, you just take 1 second to think.
Right. Where's the baby? We don't know. But we heard it was living. Which I was like, you said, you were like, what if they killed off the baby and not Drake? I was like, they wouldn't do that. I felt like it was the other way around because this baby needs to have a purpose, especially if it's Wes's.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like, it needs to live. And if I said in the very beginning, first episode, if the hashtag for the season is hashtag where's my baby and the answer is dead, people will be pissed off.
Yeah.
So
the baby's probably in ICU first up.
Yeah,
he's like definitely not there.
Yeah.
And he's definitely gonna that's a lot of no oxygen to the brain in the first times of your life. So there's gonna be something with that.
One thing that I don't understand still, is that they said Laurel had drugs in her system.
Yeah.
So what does that come from? And whose shower is Annalise in? Her house becomes a crime scene.
Yeah.
Which that's not a crime scene unless something else happened after that.
Yeah.
Literally, like, something else must have happened. They found a gun in there because we saw Annalise had a gun last episode with whoever put the vodka bottle on there, which could have been Dominic, could have been Laurel's father, whoever, it doesn't matter. We know the therapist knows about this whole thing. So he must show up there eventually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless Annalise calls him, which I wouldn't understand why she would do that. Why would people be all up in Annalise's apartment if it happened in the elevator?
Where is Annalise? Because if it was a crime scene, she would be either there or, like, down at the station or something, or, like, with Laurel at the fucking hospital.
Yeah,
like,
and that's why I'm saying, and she looked like she had way more blood on her than what was at the elevator.
Where we haven't even seen Laurel's father. Like, I thought he was going to be at the party.
Yeah, because he's in town. Where is he? Did he know that Laurel was at Annalise's place? Was he tracking her cell phone calls? Because, Annalise called her and said,
True.
come over to my place.
And now Dominic knows that this is happening. Maybe he does tell him. And then he goes
over, or Dominic goes over there. One of the two. And then something goes down.
Or she has all the hard drive or whatever in her purse.
Maybe, like, somehow he drugs her and then takes the baby.
I mean, or that, or maybe Annalise, she had just gotten a call saying from Connor that Laurel's dad killed Wes.
And
if
she
Laurel's dad shows up right after that happens, he's dead.
She got, like, you could see how enraged or, like, emotional she got.
Right.
Even though she didn't, like, say or do anything, like you could just tell.
First of all, she thinks it's Wes's baby, which it very well could be.
Yeah.
It's Laurel who you could tell they're still, they act like they don't like each other right now, but that's not the case. And she's obviously having, like, PTSD probably about her miscarriage.
Yeah.
And so if you want to top all that off with the person who killed Wes coming towards you right after that,
I really hope. Like,
she
I
kills
don't
the
want
fuck
her
out of
to
him.
be
She
in
has a gun
jail,
in her
but,
fucking hotel room.
Yeah.
It didn't say that the gun was used, but I don't know. And the thing is, too, is like it has to happen in Annalise's apartment, whatever it is, because the hallway wasn't a crime scene. There was no blood in the hallway. It was just in the elevator, so that was obviously Laurel.
Mm-hmm.
But why in Annalise's apartment? Do you think Frank would ever die
It's possible.
in this show?
Character's been, like, thrown around so much.
I know.
And he's done so many bad things. And so many, like, he's been all over the place. So I feel like that's possible.
I feel like he would probably maybe, like, should anything happen between Laurel and her father at the very end, he could very well, like, take a bullet for her or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Exactly. Like, if he felt that guilty, and it could, culminate to that. I'm gonna say this right now. This has been the best half of a season in any season of How to Get Away with Murder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There has not been
most shows I've ever seen.
There has not been one episode that really faltered. A lot of people didn't like the slowness of the first episode, but I liked the change of pace with that one. And every episode since then has just been crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that was the mid-season finale. That was wicked emotional. Mm-hmm. And we all cried a lot.
Mm-hmm. The, like, actual shooting of Simon, like, every time I see it, just like, oh, I hate it. Like, that's so tragic.
Oh, just what happened to Simon,
it's
yeah.
So, like,
and it's like, yeah, he was a dick, but, like, he didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
He could potentially live still, and we could get some backstory on him.
Though.
I don't know.
Because he's not gonna keep quiet after getting shot.
Well, that's the thing. If he's alive, that'll be one of the main problems for them.
Yeah. Is
trying to get him to, because he could, like, lose his memory and then, or, like, pretend he lost his memory and then he'll, like, whisper to Michaela or something and be like, I know what you did.
Yeah. Something
like that. It could cause a lot of problems for them. Anyways, so that was the mid-season finale. That was amazing. Mm-hmm. The season has been so good so far. We are going to continue to watch Stranger Things in the meantime while this is on hiatus. And we will be back January-ish
so far. Yeah.
for the second half. All right. Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.